We signed up just for the 6-month program and was kind of feeling a little bit deflated, and we got another one.
My mum and I did it in 5 days.
We had our first booking request, like our first month, and we made like just under 12K net.
Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Behind the BNB. I am so thrilled to have Blake and Sharna joining me today, here to share their story, and I cannot wait for you to hear it. So Blake and Sharna, welcome.
Hey Steph, thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you so much.
I'm so glad you could join me and come on and share your story, about how you got started in Airbnb. But first of all, who are you guys? So tell us a little bit about yourselves, what you do, what you've done, how you got started in Airbnb.
So Sharna and I, we started for about a year and a bit now. So we decided that we'd jump in with James and Steph. And yeah, we have loved the journey so far. But
I guess what started my journey was I was a veterinary nurse for 8 years, and just kind of decided that, lifestyle, that 9 to 5 just wasn't for me anymore. And the last 3 years I've just kind of been figuring out what I want to do with my time, what I want to do with my life, but I wanted to get out of working for someone else. So, I'm an overthinker, and, I just kind of think about worst case scenario all the time. So I'm like, I'm not a business owner. I've always worked for someone else. Like, I don't really have that trait. But Blake has kind of been like, he's got his own business.
Yeah, it's been a little bit easier for me. I run my own marketing agency. Yeah. So it's not such a big leap for me, but obviously Sharna being able to see the lifestyle and the freedom that we can have, we obviously have been able to travel a lot through me being able to work from anywhere. And I saw James, continually popping up, and I was like, okay, well, look, this is a model that, we could look at. We could get into, an Airbnb business and property and things like that. And being out here in Australia, it's not as common. And everyone that we've spoken to is kind of like, is that legal?
First question.
You can't do that.
I couldn't tell you how many times we've had that question.
Yeah, and it's crazy actually how many real estate agents say that, which is mind-blowing, because they're the ones that are supposed to know the law. Yeah, we thought we'll give it a go. We'll see. We trying to say, we attended the 2-day workshop that James runs, and we got a little bit behind the scenes of the model and how it works, and how the setup is and what to do and best practice, etc. And we had a call. We had a call with someone from the team, and it sounded like a really great opportunity. We were really happy to move ahead and sign up, and we got straight. I mean, we didn't get straight into it because, I was saying to you before this call, we went on holidays. We went to Bali for 3 weeks.
Bali, start the course.
Common theme, us getting on planes and heading somewhere. So we did that, and then once we got back, we kind of we got into it. Sharna was straight into the course.
And followed the modules and all that, which were super helpful and clear. There's no way I would have been able to figure any of this out on my own. I guess just going from someone who has just worked for someone else all my life and just used to, I clock in, clock out, and then once I kind of, clock out, there's no work, or to go into a business owner. It's even still saying that I'm a business owner now, it kind of just it doesn't feel 100% real. So I'm still kind of
it'll come naturally.
Yeah. But just to go from someone, you've
been an employee for so many years. So it's a bit of a mind shift.
Yeah. The different mindsets is just, you can go from, what I'm saying is, you can take someone like me who is no sales background, zero confidence, and a big overthinker, and turn them into a business owner. So, but we've been doing this now. We've got 2 properties on board, and it's just even having the payouts come through. It's just I've never earned money where I haven't actually physically been working hour to hour for it. So just getting payments come through, and it's
those random little Airbnb notifications. Your payout has been sent.
Yeah.
So rewarding, isn't it? And the excitement, especially when you got that first booking that came in, right?
I did feel like when we had our first booking was that I was in the unit by myself, and I can't remember what you were doing, but we got the notification to say we had our first booking request, and I think I was still in the unit just setting stuff up. And I just thought like, oh no, there's no way. Like,
oh, that was the dance. You did a dance.
Yeah. I feel myself. I feel when we decided to accept the booking, and I was like, I'll quickly get the unit ready. Like, we'll have them in tonight. Because it was the same night booking.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, our first one was the same day request, and it was already like maybe 1 p.m.
I think we went live with the property for like, maybe 5 days, I think. And I was like, oh, we'll go live with the property. I know it's not 100%, but like, if we get bookings, but like, I just wanted to get it going.
It was mostly ready. Yeah,
it was mostly ready. Like, it had everything it needed. I was just kind of doing the last minute touches, like styling and all that. But yeah, I just remember sitting at the dining table, and we had already actually had 2 requests come through for the same night. There was a festival on the Gold Coast, so I was like, no way, I'm not having festival people in here for our first day. They're going to ruin the place. Everything's brand new. But then, we decided, like, the 3rd request come through. We're like, all right, I think we'd spend a lot of money setting up the property, and we're kind of like, we do need to start earning something. Like, we were like, we'll just accept it, I guess, and just see how we go. And kind of got to get over this fact that people are going to have, just
drinks and celebrations, and they're on holidays, and we're gonna have to, if we want to do it full time, like, you've got to change it. Stop blocking every single person because they want to have some drinks on the balcony, which is what it's for.
So we accepted the booking anyhow. I think it was a 3-night booking, and I just filmed myself doing a happy dance.
It was pretty
I mean, as you do. It's exciting because after all that you've gone through, because you've shared with me, it took a little while before you actually got not just the first property, you got 2 in one day.
Yeah.
And it's just so rewarding after all the work, after everything you experienced as well along the journey of getting these properties and the challenges you had with getting them set up initially. That must have meant so much to you in that moment. That all you do is dance.
Well, that's why because I was just there on my own. Like, I'm like, I have to film it. So then I sent it to you, and then also sent it to like both. We've got like our own like family group chat, so sent it to everyone. Just to be like,
the family are all on the kind of journey with you as well. Blake, you touched on the fact that your mum's an interior designer.
Yes.
Or used to be, or still is.
Yeah, no, she's retired interior designer. When she got the call up to be like, hey, I've got to furnish these 2 apartments, and I need to know how to set them all up in the the best way, she was like that, straight onto it. So it was very, very helpful to have that. We were very lucky that I had had that there, had mum there for me. So
did she charge you? Did she charge you though? Yeah, design fees? No, I'm joking.
No, definitely not. But we have spoken about future. When we have many properties, there's potential for getting the family involved a little bit more. So
she can't do all this work for free.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. So let's talk a little bit about your properties. So they're located, you guys are based in the Gold Coast.
Yep.
And these properties are in the Gold Coast as well. I mean, hot tourist spot location. So how many bedrooms for each one?
So our we've got a unit in Surfers Paradise, which is 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom. Also kind of has like an extra room, which is what we've turned into like a workspace, which also has a sofa bed, so we can have up to 6 guests in that one. It's actually quite a very spacious
it's a large like kind of second living area, but it's next to it's in between the 2 bedrooms on the opposite end of the house of the main living area, so it's quite a unique setup that helps us able to accommodate those 2 extra people. There's just no closing door on that room, which is why we don't advertise it as a 3 bedroom, but we have 2 bedroom with potential for 2 extra guests if they need to, which is really handy.
Yeah.
So that's in Surfers.
That's in Surfers. And then we've got a unit which is technically in New South Wales. It's Tweed Heads. It's just right over the border from Queensland. So
literally across the road.
Literally across the road. But yes, I still kind of classify it as Gold Coast. But anyways, our Tweed unit is another 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Kind of also has like another space as well, which has potential for like an extra person, but just for now. And just while we were obviously trying to kind of get it up and going like as soon as possible, we've just got it as like a 4-guest only space for now.
It's got a study. We've got a desk in there and another sofa bed. The sofa bed is much smaller than the other apartment sofa bed, so it's kind of like we could have you could have mum and dad and then 3 kids would be fine. Having that's the 5 people in there would be good, which helps on the listing a little bit. But like Sharna said, it's at the moment we kind of we want to get the good reviews, get the good guests, and just be like, okay, well, it's a 4-person apartment. We want them to be comfortable, have space. We don't want to have issues with, you said this was a double bed or a sofa bed, or we don't want to. Yeah, so it's just advertised as a 2-bedroom.
Yeah, as it is. Yeah.
They're 2 beautiful apartments. The Surface one is definitely like, obviously being in Surface, a bit more lively. It's got river views. It's in a good location. It's close to the beach, shops, transport, and then Tweed as well. It's just as beautiful, but it's kind of got its own, with Tweed, it's got mountain views, and I called it Coastal Oasis because you walk out onto the balcony and all you can see is just like green everywhere. You can see there's a little bit of ocean views, but this time of year, like you can watch the sunset from the balcony. It's just a very relaxing kind of low-key kind of vibe.
Yeah, they're kind of opposites in terms of like one's very lively and in quite a tourist hotspot, and then the other one is kind of a bit more like an escape, a getaway where it's more quiet. And
it's nice to have those varying properties, because then you can compare the two and how they perform. And so how are they performing actually? Because when did you launch them?
We launched them in December.
Yeah, like I think first weekend of December.
The first weekend of December. It was a very, I guess, rushed launch from when we actually got accepted to.
Yeah, so we got accepted. We worked out. We got accepted on the 14th of November. Well, that's when we got the call. So then we set up the leases. I think for 17th. The 17th or 19th.
So we took the lease from the 17th. That was the first day of our contract.
Yeah.
For both of them, I think both of them ended up being the same day. Or one's the 17th and one's the 19th. But anyways, the same week. And then so we were like, okay, this is the end of November, and the hottest season of the Gold Coast essentially is summer, and that's starting next week. So December through end of January is the peak season, and we kind of were like, well, we can't miss this. We need to get them up ASAP so that we can capitalize on that revenue and those bookings. It was a mission. We had a lot on in those 2 weeks.
A little bit stressful. And you mentioned when we were chatting earlier, Black Friday sales, you thought, oh yeah, we're going to get some stuff on special, but
everyone was like, oh, perfect timing, you guys can buy all the furniture. Like all the family was it was Black Friday, and we can get all the good deals. And that's what I thought the same as well. I was waltzing into the shops thinking, well, okay, great, we're going to get a bargain here. And everything that we wanted, every item was either sold out or on a waiting list of 6 to 12 weeks. And we're sort of like, well, we need it like today, now. We want to walk out of the shop with it. We want it delivered today or tomorrow. What have you got? And then everything that they showed us was like, oh, that's not our apartment. That's not the look.
We did have to compromise a little bit on things, but it still turned out so great. Like the time that I was away and couldn't be helping Blake and his mum, like they did such a great job. Especially I'm a little bit, I don't know, I think I was a bit picky with what I wanted and my vision as well. But yeah, they did an incredible
I was getting the photos, get this, make sure it looks like this, it's this color, and I'm like, I'm trying. I'm really trying.
I'm trying my best here with everything sold out. So what was it? Was it IKEA run? A bit of, I don't know what.
It's a bit of everything. We had actually there's not a single IKEA piece in any of our apartments. Not a single one.
That's impressive. So where did you get?
Like an hour drive.
IKEA is about an hour from us, so we kind of left that till last minute. And then when we went online and was looking for things, we kind of like didn't really think that anything stood out anyway. So there's a couple of local companies in the Gold Coast that we ended up getting some really nice things from. And there was obviously the big chain stuff that's really conveniently close to us, which we're in bundle. So there's fantastic furniture. Amart is another one, which is like furniture. And then there was another place called the Wholesale Furniture Co. or something like that.
Okay, I've heard of them. Yeah,
that was a big one. Could be a Gold Coast only thing, but that was a big one as well. We got some stuff in there.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of a range, a bit of variety.
Yeah. And so how long did it take you to set up those two properties?
5 days.
5 days.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got everything in there, and then it was just like building and, you know.
Yeah.
But
because they were completely empty. They weren't even partially furnished or anything. They were.
We had a few things. But otherwise it was like 80% we had to.
That's impressive. 5 days.
They both had a fridge, actually. That was great. They both somehow.
The service unit was completely had like nothing, but then when we walked in, we were surprised there was a fridge and a dryer or washing machine.
So we didn't know if the last tenant had left those or if the land and the agent told us, oh, well, actually the landlord did supply those to the previous tenant and they just said to leave it. But they also said, if it breaks, we're not replacing it. So it's not an inclusion. It's just like it's more convenient for us to leave them there than it is to get rid of them.
Yeah. Well, that kind of helps a little bit. It saved you 100, 1,000 or so.
Yep.
That's great. And how have they been performing? I know it's still kind of early days, but so far.
The first month was really good. Obviously, being Christmas, and I mean, I knew we were going to get some last minute stays, but we actually got some pretty like long stays for, you know, considering how last minute they were. We got the surface unit was booked for about 11 nights over Christmas and New Year's as well.
Well, I think they both only had 2 bookings in December each and covered double our rent.
Yeah. For what we made in our first month, it worked out to be, was it just under 12K like net for the 2 units, like in our first month. And then that was like something just like, you know, like I said, when I'm not ever used to earning money. Like,
that was essentially
online.
like 3 weeks because we missed the first week of December. And then we had 3 weeks, obviously, through Christmas and New Year's. And that covered. Yeah, that covered well and truly covered.
I was like so excited to say like our first month, and we made like just under 12K net.
Yeah, it's insane to see it, you know, actually happen. Especially with what you were saying before, you know, you got a little bit discouraged, you know, you'd been to a few viewings, and, you know, it's that much more rewarding when you start seeing these figures coming in, and, you know, you're starting to cover the rent, cover your expenses, and then, you know, what's your net profit looking like? I know it's only February, but you know, have you been able to project? Because I know you would have done your research and looked into, you know, how well these will perform, and so, you know, how's it forecasted? What's it looking like?
So it's been a bit of a 180 from December into January and February, but we know that if we get through those 2 months, like then we're moving into like Gold Coast winter is also very popular because everyone in Australia basically wants to go to the Gold Coast in winter. Because they're moving from the cold to warm, which is good.
Warm in winter,
not so much Perth.
Maybe not so much Perth.
Perth is still a beautiful place, but like you find like Melbourne, people from Melbourne, Sydney, just like east coast of Australia, all kind of migrate north because it's beautiful here in winter too. So
January, February has been a little bit down. Like has not we basically almost broke even in January, which is still a pretty big accomplishment, I think, for a very low occupancy kind of month in general.
And are you just on Airbnb, by the way?
No, we're on Booking.com and Airbnb. So we're on both. And Booking.com is really starting to take off now, which is great. So we're starting to get a lot more. We're actually starting to get like 60% bookings from Booking.com and then 40% from Airbnb. Both months, I think we're still obviously like going to break even. February's not finished yet. Obviously, I think we'll probably be able to make a little bit on top of that. But then we can see the trends, obviously, looking through all of the tools and the software and the data that we get given in the community. So in, you know, like what's in the document vault, what's in the tools and the software, and all those really help with obviously projecting what, you know, the rates and occupancy and things like that are going to potentially be throughout the next few months, which is, you know, looking a lot better. So we have projected obviously that we will far outdo January and February. So we're kind of just like, as long as we can get through these 2 months, which don't get me wrong, there was some stress involved. And if anyone is listening to this and thinking like there's not going to be any stress in starting a new business, this is not a walk in the park. But with the help, obviously it's been phenomenal to have, you know, the support. Obviously with December as well, we had really, you know, we got a bit of buffer from that. So December was able to pull through some money for us for January, February, for us to not completely freak out and go, okay, well, you know, are we going to lose money this month, or is it going to be, you know, even if we did lose a little bit, we've covered it already, which is great.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing, like we've just learned from the community that you need to kind of look at the long game. Like, you know, we need to look at the average over the quarter, over the, you know, the half year to annually is really what we want to be looking at. So I'm confident that, yeah, it's going to be pretty much, well, we're confident that it's going to be up from here, which is good.
Yeah.
Like I said,
you're just getting started.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like I think January we were shy of breaking even by like maybe $500, which is that's okay given
and that's still us learning as well.
And that's us learning. We made mistakes.
Yes.
So there was error on our end. There's probably like bookings that we rejected that we probably maybe should have just taken. There was maybe things that were, you know, I don't know if we left anything too long, or we just weren't able to get communication to some guests who ghosted us. I know there's a lot of that involved in, you know, getting your bookings over the line, what to say, what not to say, optimizing listings. But yeah, we're learning along the way, and it's been pretty good so far. So nothing scared about or anything just yet.
You're gaining your confidence, you know, and more and more. And so, Sharna, are you now full time in this, or are you still?
I've still got my casual job, just until I guess I feel, but I am doing this full time basically. So if it's interfering with, you know, our business, then I'll move on from there. But for now, like, you know, I love where I work, and
you're able to balance it.
Yeah.
What's the future plans anyway? And I didn't even get the business name. Have you got a business name? I mean, you've got these lovely names for the properties.
Yes. We're the Chapman Collection.
Chapman Collection. So what's the goal here? You know, have you got X amount of properties that you want to get by the end of this year, or within the next 6 months? What's the goal?
We want to add another 10.
Okay, wow.
By the end of the year.
You can tell who's the
visionary, driving. Yeah.
You know, I've still kind of got that, you know, I'm still trying to work on my mindset, obviously, but you know, it's good to have someone like him to kind of, I guess, push that little bit harder. I mean, there's no way like I'd have you know, what we'd have without him, obviously, because I think even when we got the 2 calls that day, I was my first thought was, which one were we going to pick? His mindset was the opposite.
Yeah, it's great.
He was like, we're taking 2. And I was like, I was just thinking about which one.
2 agents said yes. So why don't we just take them both and see what we can do with it?
Yeah. And then we got advice from the community. I think I jumped on a call with Mark Aston that night. There was a group call schedule, and I was basically like, I just got accepted for 2 properties. Help me. Like, what do I do? And he mentioned, and even just some other like students in the program said, you know, it's going to be hard regardless. It's ultimately our choice, but everyone kind of recommended if we could do 2, to take 2. And so, we kind of took on that advice. I know he already had set in his mind that we were taking the 2 anyway.
Well, if you're going to do it, once, you may as well just duplicate it, right? You may as well just, everything that we had to do for one property, we've just got to do it again for another one.
Exactly. And you're glad now, Sharna, that you guys did it, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah. No, it's been real fun organizing the units and getting them prepared for the guests. Like I've probably been a little bit more hands-on than I probably should, but I have the time, and I like just adding those little touches, like adding in some lollies and a little handwritten note, I guess, just while we're starting out, and just trying to get, you know, 5-star reviews, which we've had. All of our reviews have been 5-star. Thank you. But just to kind of get these great reviews in to kind of help us up and going, I've just kind of been adding little touches and just making sure everything is absolutely perfect for our guests when we come in. And you know, I love making people happy, and just we've been on a lot of holidays, and as we've mentioned, we've stayed in a lot of Airbnbs, and I can definitely see those small touches that hosts have put in there. So I kind of like want to make these little moments, I guess, that people can enjoy their stay a bit.
And this is why you're getting these 5-star reviews.
Yeah, no, we've had some really great feedback, especially about, because I've always wondered if maybe it's been too much, I guess, for the guests, but everyone has said that they've felt really welcome, and have loved the notes, and have loved the little extras that you
guys make a great team, and this is what I love about seeing couples joining the program together, because it's you each have your own strengths you bring to the table, and look at the great business that you've already launched and started, and it's only going to go from strength to strength from here. So I'm so proud of you guys. Well done.
Thank you so much.
And I love the business name, guys, the Chapman Collection. It's very I can see it on a hotel. It's like it's one of those, it's a good name.
Yeah. Trying to aim for like a little bit, not like super luxurious, but
more bespoke. Just like a little bit, it's not super like 6-star, but we're kind of just like, it's a nice aesthetic.
We want it to be like luxury, but homely as well.
Yeah, you're achieving that so far. So it's brilliant. All right. Well, that was Blake and Sharna Chapman of the Chapman Collection. I'm so excited to see what else you guys end up doing. And, you did say 10 by the end of this year. So
12 total. 10 more, 12 total.
12 total. All right. We're going for another 10. And I have no doubt that you guys are going to achieve that and more. So again, well done on the journey so far. And I'm just looking forward to seeing the rest of it unfold. So appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thanks so much.
Absolute pleasure. Don't forget, those watching, like, subscribe, and follow, and share this episode with anyone that who's interested in getting started in Airbnb. Thanks for watching.